Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. So here's the second video going over edge pairing. Now there's a couple different methods of doing this. I'm going to go over some very simple ones. Now, when most people start with edge pairing, what they do is what they'll do usually in a beginning method for 4x4, where they'll have an edge, and then they'll take the other piece, let me find where that is, there we go, it's right here, and they'll do that thing where they slice over, flip that one piece doing the edge flipping algorithm, the R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R, and then slice back. And you can do that for all of the edges. That'll work fine. So for example here, orange and yellow is already almost paired up, and we have the other orange and yellow piece right here, so I would set that up, slice over, do the edge flipping algorithm, and then slice back. The problem with this is it's very slow to do that with every single one. Another thing I see often is where people just slice sides over, move it up to the top or bottom layer, and then slice back. This works pretty well. It'll only work for the first 8 edges though, because you need to move them to the top or bottom. So what they'll do is something like this, where if here's orange and green, I'll take this orange and green and slice it over. And then let me find the other orange and green. Where is it? There we go, it's back here. So I can move this into place and slice that over and move it to the top layer. And then they slice everything back. The issue with what I just did there though is I sliced everything back when I don't have to do that. So you can just keep on slicing over until the top and bottom layers are filled up. What you need to make sure though is that you do not alter these centers. So for example, if I am, let's say, slicing that over, if I'm taking this out and moving anything else in, anything I do has to keep these oriented. Because if I do that and then start slicing, that's completely going to mix up those centers. So like here, if I want to move this into place and kick this out, I either have to do R, U prime, R prime, or I can insert the other way, doing F, R prime, F prime, R. And being able to do that with your left hand as well as from the bottom is really important for being fast with this. Since this whole top layer is filled up, I'll go to the other side, and we don't need to move all these back. I've got blue and white here. This blue and white piece is here, so I'll set it up to get it right there, and then slice over, and I'll move it out. Here I have red and yellow, where is it? There we go. So it's right here. And now this we have to flip over, and so the edge flipping algorithm, that R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R, and move it over like that. Now, there are times that you can just completely flip a side around, and that's only if all of this is either lined up or you just have a middle slice. Because I can do this, and it doesn't actually mess anything up, because I can still slice back like normal. Now, let's finish this up. There we go. Now we get to the last 4 edges. And there's already some things that are lined up here, but we can't just slice. We have to do some other method. And the thing I showed first, where you slice over, flip, and slice back, works pretty well for this. Now often you'll find a couple pieces that are already set, so it's a little bit easier to get this going. But let's say, for example, let's say you have nothing paired up. Often you'll have a couple things, but if you have nothing, what you can do is usually just do a middle slice, flip one side, and slice back. And often that'll pair up a couple things. So here I've got that orange and white, and that makes it a little bit easier for me to keep on going from here. Now, I need to get that piece right here, and it's on the opposite side of the edge. So what I can do is do a U2 move, flip this side, and move it back. And it's paired up right now there. And then I've got this needs to go here, so I'll slice over, and I'll flip this edge, and slice back. And then again, to get that there, I need to first put that on the other side. And again, remember you can flip this because it doesn't actually mess anything up. So I'll do a U2, flip that side, U2, and that's paired now. Now we have a final two edges, same sort of thing. I'm going to slice over, flip, slice back, and then again, I'm going to flip this so it's on the opposite side, slice over, flip, slice back. Okay, so all of our edges are paired, but we have one final issue, which many people call an edge parity. Now this technically isn't a parity for what a parity is often referred to as, which is something that would not normally occur on a 3x3 when solving that 3x3 stage. So the reason people call this an edge parity is either because that's just what it's commonly referred to as, but also you can use the OLL parity algorithm you would on a 4x4 to solve it, because on a 4x4, you wouldn't have the centerpiece to tell you how it should be oriented, so you wouldn't know until you get to the OLL stage. And you can solve this the same way. So to solve this, what I'm going to do is this algorithm. And there we go. So that's paired up. Last thing we just have to do now is just solve it like a 3x3. And there's no other issues you will have now. So for edges, there's a couple simple ways of speeding that up, doing the free slice, and then also the where you slice over, flip, and slice back. Now, I guarantee there's going to be some people who are pointing in the comments that I missed a couple really easy pairings, or I did something in a little more convoluted way than it needs to be. But to me, this will be the easiest for people starting out. I'm not going into any advanced method, but this is a good way to get started, to solve the cube faster, and make it a little more enjoyable, hopefully. So thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.